here is a simple story, okay? The unicorn learns that she may be the last unicorn alive. That everyone else that she loved has disappeared, right? They are just gone. And that if she leaves, she has to leave this enchanted forest to discover what happened, okay? And I'm like, how did you not notice that every other unicorn was gone? Like, at what point would you notice that you haven't seen, man, I haven't seen a human in like a week. Wouldn't that kind of, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, how do you not see another unicorn? Like, how long did this go on? When was the last time you saw a unicorn and you weren't even worried about it and you're a unicorn yourself, okay? But, be that as it may, now she must venture forth into the world, right? Because she's got to figure out, like, what's going on. Where are all the other unicorns? Where have they absconded to, right? So that means that obviously she has to leave the sanctity of her home, right? And that's where it gets, the enchanted forest is also it's safety and it's protection, right? It's all those things on that level. It's everything. And then this journey leads her into these various manifestations of humanity. You get Smendrick, the wizard, right? The magician. You get Molly Grew, who is a woman who would have a lot she could see she has divine powers as well, or magical abilities as well. Then the king, who's a causivist, and the Red Bull, right? And all this is for her to discover that King Haggard is the one who's driving all of these, all the other unicorns into the sea. So he's got all the unicorns hemmed up, and it's a weird story. Like, it is a weird story because they're not celebrating beauty. Like, it's some deeper questions about possession, about ownership. And visually, it is among some of the best American storytelling. We use it's American storytelling. We've got a lot of European folklore worked into the fiber of it with some Japanese animation techniques. So it really occupies like just a completely different space for us. I'm going to bring up some images of this just so you can see some more images of the film. Obviously, I wanted my graphics to talk about each of my points, but nothing substitutes like just looking at the artwork that is this film, right? Like, this is the look that it had, which I think right now. All right, wait, is that not on anymore? Like, this is, damn it. This is the look that this work had, which still holds weight right now, right? Like, if you go watch this film, you're not going to feel disappointed when you get into actually watching what the artwork of it is. Like, it's a beautifully done film. Like, you can see it's this, and that's what I'm saying, culturally, like, what it represents is this animation connection. Like, the company is top craft, and they're like highly respected in terms of like animation studios at the time. Like, they're up there with like some of the other top Japanese companies that I cannot pronounce. So what you get is this kind of next level in art creation, right? You have softer backgrounds. You have like a vibrance to it. You have more natural environments. The emotions of the characters are a lot stronger than what we're used to at that time. You get these very dreamlike atmosphere. It's just very, very nuanced. It's very nuanced, like very subtle mixture of like very beautiful and very sad. Like, they absolutely tap into it. And that's what kind of gives this film like this whole different vibe. It like I said, you could watch it with kids, but this is not a kid's story. Like, you are engaging with like fine art, right? This is absolutely fine art. This is absolutely fine art when you're talking about like this level of animation meeting this level of storytelling, right? So it's absolutely that. Let me see. I want to pull this up for you guys too. Who was the cast of this film? Who were the voices? And this is kind of groundbreaking because it's a lot of like really good, powerful actors in this, right? So again, I think too. So now we're talking about like, I mean, this is a great list here. Like, look what we're talking about here. We're talking Mia Farrow, right, as the unicorn. We're talking Alan Arkin, Tammy Grimes, Jeff Bridges, Christopher Lee, right? Angela Lansbury, Robert Klein. I don't know who that is. I don't know who the rest of these guys are, but this is a really incredible class. Like Jeff Bridges would win the Oscar, Alan Arkin would later on win an Oscar, Christopher Lee, this is Saruman, this is Dracula, this is Count Dooku, that's who he is. Angela Lansbury, of course, we would know her later on from Murder, She Wrote. And of course, Mia Farrow, we would know from whatever, Rosemary's Baby, right? Well, it's like classic. So this is like classic like acting right here. And Christopher Lee, like we already know Christopher Lee, like the amazing, the incomparable Christopher Lee. I gotta bow down, right? This dude is also known from Lord of the Rings work, right? And he's also Count Dooku. Like you're also Count Dooku. You're two of my personally most hated villains of all time, all wrapped up. So like these are the guys who like for Gen X, they were all in our noodles, man. They were all like programming us to whatever minions they wanted us to turn into. These are the guys who were doing it, right? And they were doing it by getting us hooked on this eye candy. Stuff like this. This is where they got us at. So this is where it comes at. And again, I just feel like we're getting culturally like, this is American landscape storytelling. This is a lot of like European cultural folklore. And then we have Japanese animation, like helping them bring this together. So it's like, so it's really doing a good job of bridging worlds, right? So we get like, you know, we get influence, like think all the stuff. There's unicorn legends in there. There's medieval folklore. There's enchanted forest stories, which we'll see a lot of. Like think Tolkien, they did enchanted forest stories as well. Wandering magician, which goes into like Odin mythology, right? Like, and I'll break down, like I'm gonna have to break down Dragonlance as well. Like I'm gonna start on the breakdown of that now. Cursed Kings, this whole idea, and then you get like just American fantasy literature, right? Like this is character-driven stories, this is psychological themes, regret, like sadness, you know, despair. Like that's very American, like contribution, literary. Like in that literary fantasy, we really helped develop literary fantasy that would go around the world, and then some of the philosophical connections. So that with like Japanese atmosphere, you know, emotional subtlety and nuances that we hadn't seen. Nature seen as a living force that they represented, because you see like you get those kind of like wind-blown scenes. Like if you watch a lot of Japanese anime back from this period of time, you'll see that on a big level. Like you'll see a lot of that, like that sweeping backgrounds, this whole idea of like the melancholy scene. It's absolutely there. So this is what you get. So you're combining all three. And I think it works because it works. Like it pulls together, right? So we're able to pull this incredible story together. And like I said, this is an older story, but like the way it hit, it just has it enduring, like quietly enduring. And the last unicorn, again, she's an immortal. So she is timeless, right? So that's what we get from her. She's this timeless creature. And she's just out of touch. So she can't believe that the other unicorns don't exist. But this is true, right? This is true. Like, and she's gonna find out there's a very dark time. Am I really the last of them? And this starts to haunt her and forces her outside of her safety. Okay. And lo and behold, you're last. You get out to the human world, and you are the last unicorn, and you're hunted. And oddly enough, for a divine creature, she has no ability to fight back. Right? Like you're easily taken. They catch you while she's asleep. But the world doesn't believe in magic anymore. So they take her and they make her part of this slide. This, like they put everything in a circus. Everything got, if there was anything wrong with you, you were going to be in the circus. If somebody caught you, if the circus hit you, if you got a big head and the circus happened to be around, you probably get ready to be in a circus. That's just what happened. So they put her in this fantasy circus where like the people just can't see magical things anymore. So they it's weird that they put a fake horn on her because people can't see the real horn that's actually on her, right? So this is what it is. This is what it is. So she's there, and it's just hell. Like you're on Earth, right? And then like she meets Smedrick, who is this wizard, and I'm going to talk about Smedrick as well. But Smedrick, do I have his card? Okay, so she meets Smedrick. He's this wandering magician, and his magic is unpredictable at best, right? And he's trying to, because he's trying to turn her, to save her, he turns her into a human form. And I don't know if he had fully calculated, like, what that actually meant, right? I could tell he didn't, right? Smedrick, right? He transforms her into a human to hide her, because everyone's like, "Oh my God, there's a unicorn," and people are already hunting her. You can just imagine what it, what it means. So he turns her into a human, which is the worst thing, because now she has to. It's the worst thing, and then it turns out to be this like kind of incredible blessing, right? It's a mixed bag. How about we call it that? It's a mixed bag, because now you're safe for now, but now you have to endure being a human. Something's bad and something's good, right? And in this, you also meet Molly Group, and you can get Molly herself was never magical, right? And she's pissed off that she wasted her whole youth, and now the unicorn shows up. So she kind of represents a certain level of like, I'm pissed. Like she sees instant joy, but now she's angry because she's like, why didn't you come when I was young? Why not would you come when I still believe? And this is one of the most powerful scenes in the story, because she really represents humanity. Like, she still believed in magic, but then she grew older and she lost her faith. It's like, why didn't you just show up when I was young? If you're real the entire time, I had faith all this time, why didn't you show up? Like, part of this is on you. And so there's this whole like exchange, and we really feel her. And I want to say, man, is that like Cloris Leachman? That might be Cloris Leachman, I think, because like she sounds kind of raspy while she's doing this. I haven't confirmed that. So this is kind of where the story, like how magic, how youth, how all this stuff is hitting in. And like, then you have like the king, right? And this is kind of where it gets a little bit deeper. Like it gets deeper because like the unicorn herself, she goes through like a big phase, right? She has to go through like the cost of being human. I kind of touched on that. Like she